Hey guys, it's Liz, just here to share a couple projects with you. I just feel like I haven't posted anything in a while. I've been so busy with work, but I recently quit my job just so I can be home, now that my kids started school, and also my mother lives with me, and she's hasn't been doing very well, so I definitely want to be home and, help take care of her. And hopefully I'll have some more time as well to do a couple more projects. But today I'm going to share with you these projects that I made for my daughter, who's going to turn 13 in just a few days. And this paper collection that I used is by Teresa Collins. It's called Posh. It's an older collection, but my daughter absolutely loves this color combination, the pink, the black, and the white, and I thought it'd be perfect for the things that I decided to make for her. So let's see, let's start off with the first thing, which is an altered wooden letter that I picked up at Michael's. It was gray or silver, and I painted it black all throughout, as you can see. I added a piece of the pattern paper and then also cut off these strips, if you could see, a different sheet of pattern paper that I placed here, here, and here, inked all the edges, and I also sprayed the paper with scintillating silver, Lindy Stamping. Okay, I added some of my favorite trim here, and an I Am Rose's flower, a couple of little flowers here that I painted with white acrylic paint to soften them up. This little white flower as well. And this is one of those sprays that I picked up in LA. Here's a chipboard button that I used the Tim Holtz sewing room die, and then I just adhered the paper on top and put glossy accents on it. This all this bling going on is from Prima. I cut it up into pieces and I added it throughout the letter. And on top, this is a chipboard crown that I painted black and then silver, and then I used rhinestones on top. It came out real cute. And this is one of those butterflies that I picked up in LA. So there's my letter. I hope she likes it. K for Leonie. And this is gonna look really cute in her room. So that's that. And then I made her a card, and the card again is, the Teresa Collins paper. I basically layered a couple of sheets of paper, and I added this little braid trim. All this bling again is Prima. I just cut pieces of it off, placed it here and on this side. And these pretty roses, I used the tutorial by MyPassionForPaper. She makes some amazing flowers, and I watched her video a couple of times and I made my own. I didn't have the same punches that she did, so I used my Rose Creations Spellbinders dies, and I really like the way they came out. They're not as pretty as hers, but hopefully with some practice I can get there. So I really like those, and I also sprayed those with scintillating silver. This is a die cut from the paper collection, and this cameo, I basically fussy cut it out of another piece. I used glossy accents in the middle. I hope you guys could pick that up. And then I've got these little, silver pearls, and another butterfly from LA. So that's my card. I really like the way it came out. I think it's really pretty. Okay, and now for the big guy here. I decided to make a configuration box, and I was inspired by MyPassionForPaper and Miss Liberty 25. They've been making some awesome configuration boxes, and I've never made one before, so I was really, really excited to make one. And let's see, let me just get out a little bit here. And all right, so basically this is one of those boxes. It's not even a configuration box. It's one of those like a desk tray, where you could put paper clips and things like that. I picked it up at Joann's on clearance, and it was all sorts of different colors, but I painted it black. I used different pieces of, the collection, the paper collection throughout. And I guess I'll start off with the big compartment here. Okay, this is a die cut from the collection, and I just, popped it with some foam tape. I added these little rhinestones on the banner. And then I made this little dress form using the Tim Holtz die cut, the die. I paper pieced her dress and used this little trim here to make it look like an off-the-shoulder dress. Okay, I used a little flower and some pearls for her necklace. Then I added, this was too tall, so I cut the base off of it, and I adhered it to these two little wooden blocks that I then painted black, and that'll be the stand for the dress form. This is some measuring tape that I just cut a piece off and I glued it on here. And I used a safety pin, a couple of wooden spools. On this one I just put some lace. Here we have some ribbon, and over here just some thread. Here's a Tim Holtz number, what do they call those, game pieces. I painted it black, and it's number 13 because she's gonna be 13. Here I used a pendant, a pretty pendant that reminded me of a chandelier, and I added that on there. I really like it, it came out real nice. And let's see, then I surrounded this with this pretty bling trim. Let me put this down here. And these are some flowers, and then I inked the edges of this one just to soften them up. Okay, the other compartment here, again I used, you know, pieces of paper from the collection. And we've got a couple flowers in the background. This is a stamp of the Eiffel Tower. I wanted it to look like a poster. My daughter is in love with Paris. She wants to basically go to Paris and spend an entire year there before she goes off to college. That's her dream right now. And let's see, I've got some chipboard buttons. I've got a doily, a little thimble, and a vintage button here. One of those Tim Holtz bottles filled with pearls, and a Tim Holtz corner. And then we've got this pretty, it's a Tim Holtz, I don't know what they're called, the little metal pieces. And it says, "Know in your heart you are loved." And I inked it with some, well, I painted it with white acrylic paint. Okay, then we've got a chipboard heart that I've had in my stash. I used glossy accents for the center, a bunch of rhinestones on top, some safety pins here, and then I used a strand of pearls and some chain. And that symbolizes my daughter, who she is, because she's a tough little cookie. That's the chain. But she's also very delicate, and those are the pearls. And the box is filled with things that basically symbolize who she is at this point in her life. She loves to sew, and she wants to be a fashion designer, so that's why I've got all the, you know, the sewing stuff. And then she loves Paris, so I've got Eiffel Tower and other things. And then also the flowers and cameos. She loves to make jewelry. I've got all the pearls. So everything's a little piece of her. Let's see, the next part, this pearl trim here. I added this beautiful cameo in the back, along with this crystal piece, some more I Am Rose's flowers, and a piece of lace. These are the butterflies from LA. Another flower up here. The middle part is for her love of reading and writing. I made this little book using my Spellbinders die and some script stamps that I had. There's some flowers in the background, a pretty little frame, and I added a butterfly and some rhinestones. Little Scrabble piece with the letter K, a little flower. Here's a pen nib and some ink, if you guys could see that. I made it look like the ink was leaking from the pen. Here we have a key, a vintage key, some pretty little trim that I added here, a ribbon buckle and a pearl, some flowers, some fleur-de-lis, again the Eiffel Tower because she's in love with Paris, and another I Am Rose's flower. And another one of those corners from Tim Holtz. And let's see, what else did I miss? I guess that's it. Oh, and we've got, I used some gesso and like a die cut. It's actually, here I'll show you. It's a chipboard. I had cut this out and I used it as a stencil all throughout, just to give it a little more interest. The back is just another piece of patterned paper. And then on the front, on the top part, it just says memories. And that's it. This is all for my daughter, little pieces of her. I hope she really likes it. And I hope you guys enjoyed my video as well. Sorry I had to rush, but my memory doesn't last very long on my camera. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you have any questions, please ask me. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye-bye.